Welcome to this first introductory episode on my YouTube channel, where I'm just going to give you a little bit of background and talk to you about what you can expect from this YouTube series and why I'm doing it. So if you don't know me already, my name's Gill, I'm 52 and I'm here to tell you that it's just never too late to do something different, because in July 2024 I decided to go completely off my career path and start in reselling and selling particularly vintage stuff. So if you found me from Instagram, you'll know all about that. But if you just happen to fall upon this, I am now kind of 9 months in. I'm building a really successful side hustle, side income that I'm really hoping will become my full-time income. And I just wanted to set this channel up to give you like the behind the scenes stuff. It's going to be really like warts and all, no airs and graces. I'm here filming in my bedroom like the way YouTube should be. Like, let's just drop the perfect personas. Let's just get to what it's really like to be a reseller. And I'm going to share with you like the tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way. So a little bit about me first of all. I'm a mum of 2 girls, married to Mark. We have a rescue dog called Oscar, and I was a teacher for 20 years. Now I've got a degree in business studies and languages from Leeds. Absolutely loved living in Yorkshire, but I was born in Salford originally, so Red Rose. Went over to Leeds Uni, met my husband after uni over there. He's a White Rose, a Yorkshireman, and we're currently living near Manchester, Stockport, on the Cheshire, Greater Manchester border. So I was a teacher, as I say. I taught in my career French, Spanish, business studies and geography over the years. And in 2015, so nearly 10 years ago now, I had a heart attack, completely out of the blue, aged 43. And at the time I was a deputy head teacher and a leadership coach. And I had been a deputy head for a number of years. Very high pressure job, as you can imagine, in high schools, and my body just gave up on me. Big warning sign. I've always been really ambitious, always been super driven, and after that I decided to quit teaching and set up my own business. So I've been an entrepreneur, from an educator to an entrepreneur, since 2015. I've had a number of projects that have all come under the umbrella of my coaching business that's been very much around NLP therapies. I'm trained in various holistic therapies, neuro-linguistic programming. I work on the mindset, and I have coached leaders in education and in business over the years to improve their performance, to manage well-being and stress, and to sharpen up strategy and to help them to succeed and perform. And I've also coached a number of young people and a lot of athletes in my time. So that's what I was doing all the way through to COVID. Took off in COVID, as you can imagine, super busy. But it became, after COVID, really difficult for me because my father was terminally ill. That all happened during COVID. That started, we weren't allowed to see him. We had a really, really rough time. And I also started to miss human connection, like I'm sure a lot of you did. So after working online for so long, it was time to kind of step back and focus on my family a little bit. So for a few months I took a job in the local hospital, which was fantastic. Absolutely loved working there, and then edged back into my coaching business last year, and then found myself doing this as well. So you might be wondering, right, what on earth brought me to doing this reselling? Well, my dad was really obsessed, besotted, loved antiques, auctions, car boot sales, all of that. And for years he trolled me all over. You know, I kind of learned a lot from him. We used to sit and read the Miller's Guides together and all that stuff. But my brother was a driving force behind my decision, because he has been a reseller for over 20 years. Very, very early, before reselling was even a term, actually, he began selling sports memorabilia on eBay and Gumtree, early adopter of eBay years ago, and has built a career for himself over 2 decades. Loves what he does. It's like he never works a day in his life. You know, it's one of those kind of jobs that he has just developed his skills, learnt the trade. He's had antiques booths, he trades, buys and sells at auctions all the time. He sells online. So he's very well known, very well connected, and he actually really started to inspire me after Dad died, when I thought I need to do something that feels like a hobby, like fun. And he encouraged me to help him. My dad had always wanted me to go and help him, and it all just kind of came full circle and felt right. So I began to help him out and selling a few bits, home decor pieces that he was picking up at auctions, because that was my passion. Like, I don't know anything about his football and cricket and rugby memorabilia really, and it was through that and getting involved in home decor that I was like, actually I really love this. And he's been teaching me and training me, and he doesn't do socials and he would never want to come on a YouTube episode, but he's taught me so much. And I think being a teacher at heart, it's driven me to do this channel, because I want to share that and I want to take you on the journey with me. Warts and all, I will talk you through the good, the bad, the ugly, and I'm going to go back almost and retrace my steps and do episodes showing you how I got started and the mistakes that I made along the way. So I hope you're going to find that useful. It is a journey. I am pleased to say, really pleased to say, that I am regularly making £200 to £300 a week in this reselling business. So I have kind of gone very, very quickly, but there's 3 key tips that I'm going to give you and leave you with for this first episode. And this is what I want you to think about if you are interested in setting up a side hustle in reselling of some sort. And let me tell you, anybody can do it. You know, I might have a business degree, I might have taught business studies, and I might have been running a business for 10 years, but you can do this without any qualifications, without any experience. But what you do need, number 1, is a really determined and strong mindset. And I will be doing lots of episodes about that, because that's what I'm trained in. I'll be helping you to understand how to deal with the disappointment, how to grow your confidence, how to overcome imposterism, how to have really strong boundaries. You know, those kinds of things are important. And that to me is the first key. If you can commit fully to yourself and do this with intention and purpose, whilst maintaining the fun and the joy, you're onto a winner. Because what I love about this is that every day is different, and I really crave variety. You know, having been a teacher for so long, teachers know there's so much variety. Like, every day is different. You never know what you're walking into when you walk into a school every day. And so this really fulfills my need for creativity, for excitement. I am a bit of a dopamine seeker. I just love the thrill of never knowing what I'm going to find next to sell, and it helps me to stay committed. But some people might struggle with that, and they might struggle with the fact that you go to all that trouble and you don't always get sales. And so managing your mindset but staying committed to your passion and your purpose is really important. And if you think that's you, then you're off to a good start. My second tip, and this is all completely unscripted, by the way, these YouTubes, so I'm just kind of winging it because I want you to sort of see the real me and come along with me. But my second tip is to have a really solid strategy. Now, a lot of people come into reselling through just kind of perhaps seeing other people doing it, thinking, oh, I'll have a go at that, and they start selling a few bits, and before you know it, you're spending a fortune sourcing stock and you are struggling to sell it, because actually you've got to have a sales strategy. And from day one, I set off in this business with a rock solid strategy. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't experiment. I go off my strategy and I try new things as and when. So, for example, I opened an Etsy shop and I gave it 6 months and I closed it down in November because I just didn't find the joy in that platform. I am now at a point where I'm actually going to reopen that shop with a fresh strategy. So my strategy was always to have Etsy, but I kind of deviated a little bit and came off the path. So really, having a plan and understanding and knowing what you are capable of managing comfortably, sticking to the plan, knowing your figures, understanding the business sort of basics and principles, and how to drive traffic and how to grow your promotions and how to grow on socials and all those kinds of things. They're important, but you can't do it all overnight. So you kind of need to map it out and stick to a plan and evolve slowly and strategically. Okay, but don't be afraid to experiment along the way. I hope that made sense, because as I say, I'm not scripting this. But then my third tip is to just go for it, and is to literally start selling stuff that you've already got at home. That's how I began. I sold off a few bits on vintage clothes and things, first of all, really got my head around that platform. My brother gave me some decor bits. I started on eBay, and I have gradually increased and added new platforms, but I started off selling what we already had at home, because that doesn't cost you anything. You also, you can sell your own products, and it doesn't cause any kind of tax implications if you're selling your own purchases, things that are yours that you're just selling on. I am not going to go into, however, in this series, all of the tax implications and the finances, all right? That's for you to determine and for you to suss out. I am a registered business. I declared from day one that I'm a business, because from day one I wanted to do it properly. So I track all of my expenses, I track all of my income, I track my mileage, all of those things, and I understand how to do my own books because I've run my own business for such a long time. If you're not sure, please go onto the gov.uk website and check out all of the information there, and don't be afraid to call them, and if you want to register as a sole trader, it's all there on the website for you. So yeah, a bit of a introductory episode. I hope that you're going to join me on this journey. I hope that you found that useful. I promise not to go on about my background anymore. I just want to get stuck in to sharing the reselling journey with you and teaching you how I have done it so far. Now, my model is my model. There are loads of different models, but if any of this inspires you and you feel interested, please, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try and upload at least 2 episodes a week, short and sweet, not too long, quick bite-sized things that you can watch and get stuck into that are going to help you to grow. Any comments as well, would love to read them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.